Morning, everybody. I want to thank you all so very much for convening this meeting this morning. As many of you know, we sent out the packets for each of these bills about a week and a half ago. So we're going to go through them quickly. The first one is the old business House Bill 359. Madam Attorney, could you go through that, what the amendment says?
Sure. So House Bill 359 is Prince George's County alcoholic beverages transfer of Class A beer, wine, and liquor licenses. So currently the bill authorizes the Prince George's County Board of License Commissioners to approve the transfer of a Class A beer, wine, and liquor license to a premises located in the 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th, 26th, 27th, or 47th alcoholic beverages district in the county if there's no Class A beer, wine, and liquor license operating within 1 mile of the premises. I believe you all received an amendment yesterday that would exempt districts 21, 22, and 47 from the bill.
Move the bill and the amendment.
Second.
Okay, the bill dies as a result of.
No.
Madam Chair, where are we?
Madam Chair, I move the amendment and the bill and the amendment. And it was seconded by Senator Augustine.
Okay, has been seconded by Senator Augustine. Okay, it's been moved and properly second, but I'd like to amend the 24th to that bill, please.
Senator, I'm sorry, did you say you want to take the 24th district out of that bill as well?
Yes, indeed.
Okay.
Second.
So one question on that. So the person who just explained the bill, just one more time for me. This bill will allow specifically what happens to existing licensees within a mile radius of another liquor store?
Right, so the license could be transferred if it's within, let's say, if there's no Class A beer, wine, and liquor license that's already operating within 1 mile of the premises.
So they can physically move into another location and retain their current liquor license?
They can transfer it.
I got it. Okay. Okay. I'm good.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
so this does not increase the total licenses in Prince George's County in any way.
No.
Cool.
Okay. Are we ready for the question? Are we ready to vote?
This is on your amendment, right, Madam Chair?
Yes.
Okay.
All those who are in favor say aye.
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 Is there an opposition? Okay, the bill moves as amended. Okay,
So-
moving on to 355. The new
Senator
bill-
Benson, can we, I'm sorry, can we pause for just a minute? So that vote, it sounded like, was actually on your amendment to remove the 24th district. So now we would need to vote on, there had been a motion to move the bill as amended.
Okay.
Those amendments, so then we just need to do a second vote. to make
Okay,
sure
can we
it's all
have a
counted.
motion for that, please?
So moved.
There a second?
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and properly second that we pass the bill as amended. Are you ready to vote? Those who are in favor say aye.
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 Is there any opposition? Okay, moving right along. Thank you all very much. Moving to the new bills, House Bill 355.
House Bill 355 is the Prince George's County Board of Education Work Group Alterations and Orientation Requirement. The bill establishes the work group on the membership and operation of the Prince George's County Board of Education to study and make recommendations regarding specified aspects of the board, including implementing an electoral process for an all-elected board, compensating board members, criteria for improving board results, accountability, transparency, and oversight, establishing an advisory committee, and removal authority and an ethics process for members of the board. The bill also alters the selection of the chair and vice chair of the Prince George's County Board of Education, requiring that beginning on December 5th, 2022, the county board elect the chair and vice chair from among its members, rather than currently the county executive appoints the chair and vice chair. The bill also requires each board member to attend an orientation and be provided with specified training materials at the beginning of each term. And then beginning on July 1st, 2024, the bill establishes that the board members have to be elected, and it reduces the number of board members from 14 to 10.
All right, you heard that, Senators. What's your pleasure?
Madam Chair,
Yes.
Senator Rosepap, I'd like the staff to give us a little more detail on those provisions. I got it about they get to elect the board members, but what is the study going to study if we're already deciding to go to an elected board?
Right. Let me just skim through here real quickly. Get to where the study is in the bill. So I think just looking at the end here to see. So they are studying whether to switch to an elected board, and then they had some other things to study in terms of an ethics process for the board members and removal authority for board members, and so just a variety of things and authority for the board, and things to improve the board results and their accountability and transparency. And then they have to report their findings to the governor, the superintendent of schools, the Prince George's County executive. There's a whole list, and to the Senate delegation. And I'm just looking to see, and then I guess maybe the idea would be that because actually switching them to an elected board has a delayed effective date, so that doesn't happen until 2024. So I think maybe the idea is that once this study comes through, if there are concerns about it, then there's still time for the General Assembly to switch over and alter that process.
Thank you. And who is on this work group, the study group?
It is a long list. 1 second. So we have the chair of the Prince George's County Senate delegation, or the chair's designee, one member of the Senate of Maryland, who represents Prince George's County, the chair of the Prince George's House delegation, and then a member of the House who represents Prince George's County, the chair of Prince George's County Board of Education, the Prince George's County executive, a representative of the Prince George's County Education Association, a representative of the Maryland Association of Boards of Education, and a representative of the Prince George's County Special Education Citizens Advisory Committee. I believe there was an amendment that's been offered in EHE that adds additional members to the board as well. As it came over from the House side, the county council member was removed, but I know that member gets added back in a amendment that was offered in the standing committee.
Senator Piskey, were there any other amendments offered in EHE?
No, the chair of the county council came in and said they were taken off in the House and they'd like to have one seat on the panel. So we haven't moved the bill yet. It was offered, but we haven't adopted it yet. We're obviously waiting on a letter from the delegation.
The council, is there any representation from AFSCME for the non-teaching staff, the bus drivers and the maintenance people and everybody in the school system?
I don't see that on as a member on the board. I think that it was this bill that they have to actually solicit input. So they have the work group has to hold 3 public meetings, and then they have to invite representatives from a long list of stakeholder organizations to testify at the meetings. So let me,
Madam Chair, I would move to add a representative from AFSCME 2250 because they represent the working class folks in the school system.
Okay.
Senator Rosepap, just so that as I'm skimming through the bill here, I do see that a member, AFSCME has to be asked to testify at the public hearings.
I understand, but
yep.
I'd say they ought to be represented on the group too. They got a lot of issues as well.
Question for council. Just one question. I'm having trouble following the different sections of the bill. So you had mentioned section 4 goes into effect July 1st, 2024, right?
So section 3 goes into effect July 1st, 2024. Let me look and see if section 4 does as well. One sec.
And section 3 is the total reversion back to an elected board?
Yep, correct. Mhm.
All right. And then the length of time for the study ends December 31st, 2023. Is that correct?
So the study is due on December 30th, 2022.
Okay. And then section 1, which is effective for a period of 1.5 years, 1 year and 6 months. Let me go back up. What is unique about section 1?
So section 1 is just the work group. It establishes the work group and they have to do the study. So it doesn't need to be around for a long time. So that's why it terminates after a year and a half, after they make their recommendations.
Okay, so based on this bill, the county executive still has the ability and authority to put in place appointed folks up until 2024. Is that right?
Right. And then in 2024, July 1st, 2024, it would all switch over to elected members. Well, 9 elected members and 1 student member.
Got it. Okay, thank you.
Madam Chair.
Madam Chair.
Yes, yes, Senator.
Thank you. 2 things, and obviously I'm not going to try to hold up the bill. I think we have spent a lot of time over the past couple of years talking about the Board of Ed. I do have a little pause, and I thought Senator Rosapep was going to say this, but I do have it seems like the study results or the decision has already, I'm not sure what meaningful impact this work group is supposed to have it seems like the conclusion has already been drawn about what the outcome would be. And that's why I was a little curious about adding a member. If the work group's purpose is to look at the governance of the school system, I wasn't sure about the role of the employee representative on the work group. And I'm also not sure what they're working towards, since that decision about what happens in 2024 is already in the bill. But
can I add a little something to that?
Yes.
Since I've worked on the work group. So there was the discussion about the overall structure. And then I made it a point to highlight, once you get, my point was the structure is less relevant than the actual day-to-day operations. And so the study has to focus on the training that each board member is required to go through, the interaction between the board and the CEO, how they're working together now that how they're going to work together to establish metrics that tells specifically the performance of the school system, what day-to-day interaction that the school board has, with the CEO, the rights, privileges they have to be able to enter and exit public school facilities with or without notice. All of these things kind of happen on a regular basis with school board members, and the actual roles and responsibilities need to be better codified. And so they were going to look holistically around all of these things. And yes, they've already made the decision that, some things are going to revert back to what they were. But what I posited to them was you can put it back to an elected board, but unless you attack these things and have discussions and document that these are the processes that everyone agrees to, we're going to be in the same place we are.
that makes sense. So if I could follow up then, can you share with me what their thinking is about the public meetings? Because those seem like specific, really internal conversations about board interactions with the administration of the school. And so what is the public input about those requirements that council spoke about? Do you know what they're looking for there?
I'm not that familiar with what the public input would be, but the personnel that form this body of work, for example, there is a portion related to collective bargaining that has to be learned and developed and nurtured, and folks have to understand. I think the part of the public the public participation part was just to show transparency, that we are looking at their input when we're making these decisions that will result in processes that will, we hope to be, permanent, if not semi-permanent.
Thank you.
Are there any other questions or concerns regarding House Bill 355?
Madam Chair, this is Jim Rosapep again, for the council.
Senator Jackson too. Senator Jackson had his hand up.
Senator Jackson should go first. I'm sorry, I missed it.
Thank you. Thank you. Good morning, Madam Chair. So I heard two things. One, Senator Rosapep mentioned 2250. There's SEIU has representation in the school system as well. So when you're talking about having union representation, we make sure it's inclusive.
Yes, SEIU Local 400.
Yes, ma'am. So we just need to make sure that if we're
BGCEA.
Yes, if we're going to entertain that, we just need to make sure that it's inclusive and from a collective bargaining standpoint, that's been ongoing for a long time. So I just wanted to make sure that was added. So.
Okay, I think your point is well taken. And we definitely need the input of the Educators Association, the Prince George's County Educators Association. Okay.
I think Senator Patterson has his hand up.
Senator Patterson,
Yes.
did you have a comment?
No, I think I've seen it all over the years.
Okay, are we ready? Okay, are we ready? Are we ready to move on House Bill 355?
Senator Rosapep has his hand up, Madam Chair.
Yeah, Madam Chair, this is Jim Rosapep. I'd like to press my amendments to add to the work group the representatives of the other employees. I mentioned AFSCME, Senator Jackson mentioned the two other unions, and I would press my amendment, see if anybody seconds it, to add the representatives of the other unions representing school employees.
Okay, do we have a second to that, please?
A question. Well, how large you want this board to be? How many unions are we talking about here? I mean, at some point, you need a workable group.
Well, if that's directed to me, I mean, I just think if we want the representatives of the workers to be represented, we need to basically have all the representatives of the workers.
So you could well have a committee made up of union reps.
Well,
Okay.
I mean,
okay.
if nobody seconds it, it doesn't go anywhere.
I'll second it.
Okay. Moving properly second, that we move on the bill as amended. House Bill 355, are you ready to vote?
I'm sorry, Senator,
Do you have,
Aye.
is there an unreadiness?
no, it's okay. You're moving on the bill as amended. So you're doing the amendments and the bill all together. Okay.
Yes. All those who are in favor?
Aye.
Is there any opposition? Okay, moving right along, that bill has passed. House Bill 357, alcoholic beverage Sunday off-sale permits.
So House Bill 357 is the Sunday off-sale permits bill. It repeals several limitations on the issuance of Sunday off-sale permits in the county by repealing a provision that specifies that 5 Sunday off-sale permits have to be issued only to, or can be issued only to holders of a Class B beer, wine, and liquor license with an off-sale privilege that acquired the license on or after January 1st, 2016. It repeals a provision specifying that Sunday off-sale permits may be issued to holders of a Class A beer, wine, and liquor license that acquired the license on or after January 1st, 2016. And it repeals a provision limiting the number of Sunday off-sale permits that may be in effect at any one time. So right now, it's not more than 105 permits that can be in effect at once.
Is the aim of this bill for restaurants?
Correct.
For the rest of the upscale restaurants that are coming into the county? Okay, can I get a motion? House Bill
Madam Chair,
357.
Madam Chair,
Yes,
this is not the Sunday off sale bill.
yes.
Yeah. I think the one you making reference to.
I'm
is Senator
unclear
Best-
if this is the off sale Sunday or it's the restaurant bill. They're two different bills.
Right. That's 1050.
Oh, I'm sorry, Senator Pinsky. I think I confused that. So the restaurant bill is House Bill 1050. I'm sorry.
Right.
I apologize.
Okay, so Madam Chair, if I can pursue, Crystal, how many are there now, Sunday off sale?
So, well, it's limited to 105.
And this takes it up to 300?
So let me just double check. It removes the limitation. So there's no cap on it under the bill. But it looks like.
So every off sale can apply and receive a Sunday off sale permit. Is that right?
That is my reading. I don't know if anybody else is more well
Madam
versed in
Chair.
alcoholic beverages.
I thought of a
Madam Chair?
Yes, Senator Jackson?
Yes, ma'am, if I might. I know last year, we actually voted out this bill to take the limitation off of the off sales for the establishments, and then somehow the bill came out with the 105 again. I think our agreement last year was, and repeatedly, at least from me, that you take the restrictions off. If you qualify, you qualify. But if you limit the number of opportunities for existing businesses, that's not fair to the industry itself and individual businesses. They still have to qualify through the board. So
the board can still reject it.
yes. Yeah, the board has authorized, if I have an establishment and I want to qualify for Sunday sales, if I don't have my business in order, then the board can reject me. But I think the challenge that we've had over the years is limiting the number of opportunities for existing businesses. These folks are already in business. But if they want to qualify for Sunday, there are criteria that the board has established that they must meet. I think we do a disservice if we limit the number. So however many establishments we have, that many opportunities. But I think I don't think it's right to put a number on that. It's the number of establishments who have to go before the board to make their case. So.
Let me ask one other follow-up. How many off-sale licenses do we have in the county? Does anybody know?
Like 138, 135, something like that.
No, they're more than that.
Can we get an answer to that, please?
Crystal, do you know?
I don't know. I'm just looking up to see if I can find the fiscal note and see if it says in there.
I think, well,
Senator Jackson, so are we talking about a liquor store currently who cannot
we're
sell
talking about a
on
liquor
Sunday?
store. We're talking about a liquor store. The restaurants are another bill. We're talking about the liquor stores.
I understand. So we're trying to make sure liquor stores who sell Monday through Saturday can also sell on Sunday, right?
If they meet the criteria,
If
absolutely.
they meet the criteria. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
I think otherwise we just breed an environment of folks
No,
trying to.
I know exactly what you're saying. I don't see why there's a cap and why there's even an issue on a establishment who sells 6 days a week and not allowing them to 7.
Okay,
I just don't
all right.
understand.
Can we get a motion on House Bill 357?
I move favorable.
I move it.
Second.
Second.
Okay, it's been
Madam Chair.
moved and properly second. Is there further discussion?
Yeah, Madam Chair, I have a quick question. What are the criteria under which the liquor board could turn one of the establishments down?
You're asking what are the criteria or what are the reasons that they can deny giving somebody a license? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I know
That would be at the discretion of the liquor
The
board.
board. That's the discretion of the board.
No, I understand that, but I'm trying to get my head around if they're doing, behaving well enough that the board hasn't taken stuff away from them already. It would seem to me that if they're no for Sunday, it would be kind of automatic.
Well, if I might, Senator, there was a limit placed on the number of licenses that were allowed. It had to do with whether you met the criteria or not. If you only have 105 licenses,
No, I know.
you have well over the number, since some folks were just left out of the loop anyway, not everybody could fit into that.
No, I understand that. I'm just asking, if we pass the bill, what are the criteria that the liquor board would use to grant a license? That's all, to a Sunday license.
But
That's up to
Senator,
them.
that's at the discretion of the liquor board.
Okay, so it's purely discretionary. There aren't really any criteria. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Madam Chair, I apologize. We have voting and budget and tax at 9 o'clock, so I didn't know if you needed me on the record for anything like the redistricting bill or anything. I vote aye.
Me too.
Well, all of us, I think, have to go vote. Well, what do you all want to do here? Because we have a lot here to carry. I know there are some items here that's going to require discussion.
Can we quickly move some of the bill easily before we leave another?
And we
three?
do 1473, which is the school board districts that we already voted on
And
unanimously.
1050 that's been before us 2 or 3 times.
Well,
Okay.
I would move 1473 favorable.
Second.
And I will move 1050.
Wait, can we vote, Patterson, just a second?
Okay, hold a minute. Okay, hold up. Let's do 1473. Okay, we got a motion
Mhm.
and a second. Is that correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
Those who are in favor, say aye. Anybody who oppose? Okay, that bill
Yeah.
passed. 1050, alcohol beverages license limit.
That bill would allow an increase in liquor license strictly for restaurants and hotels where they have
Are you
restaurants.
moving favorable?
I am.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved properly second that we accept House Bill 1050. Are we ready to vote?
Wait a minute, is 1050 even on
Those
the
who are in
list?
favor, say aye.
Yeah, same
Aye.
page. Yes.
Okay, moving right along. Let's move up to the WSSC bill. Let's go to House Bill 526.
So House Bill 526 is WSSC plumbing and fuel gas services, licenses and penalties. Do you want me to go through and explain the bill quickly? I know
No,
that.
we've read it.
We got it.
Okay.
Can I get a motion on 526?
I don't know what that.
I'm sorry? What do you all want to do here? House Bill 526.
You don't get a motion, it does.
I don't remember what it
Motion.
was.
Motion, fine. Yeah, I move the bill.
Second.
Okay, second. I don't trust finance. Yeah.
Okay, those who are in favor of 526, say aye.
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 Is there anybody who oppose? Okay, moving on to 535, WSSC, repeal of term limit. 535, do we get a motion on that?
What does it do?
So it alters the term limit of the WSSC commissioners. So it prohibits commissioners that are appointed by the governor from serving more than 2 consecutive terms.
Fine, okay,
Get a motion?
favorable.
Second.
Second.
It's been moved and properly second, and we accept 535. You ready to vote? Those who are in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, those who oppose? Okay, we've got 2 more. 359. Alcohol beverage transfer, Class A beer, wine, liquor license.
So that was the first bill that we
We did
heard.
that.
We already did that one.
We got that, okay. The last one, 874, natural resources, archery, hunting, safety zones.
I move favorable.
Is there a second?
What does it
What is
do?
it?
So it
Just-
alters, go on, Senator Jackson, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
So this is similar to the Sunday hunting bill that we had at the beginning of the session, but it doesn't address Sunday hunting anymore. It's about the archery zones, the safety zones. So it reduces the safety zone from, I think it was 150 yards to
Down
being
to
50
50.
yards. Mhm.
I'm sorry, it reduces it from what to what?
Currently it's 150 yards, and under the bill, it would be 50 yards.
Yeah, I'd like to hold that. I'd like to look at it. I'm not trying to kill it, Senator Jackson. I just want to look at it.
Okay, you want to hold 874?
Yeah, I'm not trying to kill it.
Okay, are there any other bills that we need to vote on here?
Yeah, House Bill 357, there had been a first and a second for the Sunday off sale permits, but we never voted on it.
Okay, 357, Sunday off sale. Can we get them up?
Aye. You already have a motion and a second, you just didn't finish it.
All right, those, okay, you ready to vote? All those who are in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed?
Yes.
Okay,
I'm
thank
opposed.
you.
Okay.
Is there anything
Augustine
else that we
opposed.
need to discuss? Is there anything
Augustine
else we want to
opposed.
discuss here?
I heard you, Mr. Augustine.
Thank you.
And I'm an abstain.
Okay, got it.
All right, now listen, Senator Augustine, are you prepared to talk to us about the amendment that was placed on the bill yesterday regarding Ramada?
I am, but it's time for us to vote, Madam Chair.
I'm sorry?
It's 9 o'clock. We have a voting
Gotta
session.
go.
We're all
All
supposed to
right.
be in voting.
All right, okay, thank you.
So,
all.
no,
no,
break on the
before we leave, though, Senator Augustine, then, are you gonna let the bill just stay where it is? No action gonna be taken? We don't need any action? I think that's a very critical issue. and I just like,
Well, I don't understand
Yeah.
what you're saying, Senator.
my
do you
question
mean?
is then,
Uh,
why is it on here if it wasn't a concern? We didn't want information.
we'll see. We'll try to minimize it.
No, you don't. Not for me. If you're all right with it, go ahead.
No, I'm
If
confused.
your other job is more important than this, let it be.
Yeah.
We're
Senator
good.
Patterson, I can call you and talk to you about it.
I would love
I'm
to
a
talk
little-
with you about it.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
No,
confused.
time out. This is a Senate concern. It's a grave concern. And I think all of the senators should be brought up to speed as to what's going on with this Ramada bill.
I agree.
What?
What,
Are you guys-
the money that's being held, that amendment, that whole scenario with Ramada needs to be discussed with the senators.
I'm more than happy to do that. We can convene at any time. Madam Chair, I'm going to the voting session, but I'm more than happy to talk to you about it. I'm more than happy to talk to the delegation about it. I'm not hiding from it at all.
Why don't we go off the floor this morning?
I'm happy to do that.